Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're at. And I'm here with another crypto and Bitcoin update. And I want to actually appreciate every single one of you that are tuning in to watch my videos. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Rest and everybody, I please really appreciate if you guys could click on the like button so this video can be seen by other people. Now, update what actually happened overnight and how this thing can be turning around. As we can see on a 15-minute chart, Bitcoin has came up second time to 46,000 and tapped it. Didn't have enough of strength to break through. It tried after coming out of this big V, or as I call it, goat head, and it just failed. So as we can see, it tried here, came up, failed, came up, failed. So what I'm actually seeing is we are in this section right now that we are right here. So within the next couple hours, we should be finishing up rounding off the head and probably start coming down. The area between here and here is a lot smaller compared to here and here, so which means our right side round off this area here will be smaller as well, and we will start coming down. Now let's look at this picture and kind of figure out what actually going on here on Bitcoin and what is hit where. This area right here, which is I'm estimating kind of to look something like either like that or maybe even shorter, maybe even right here, and we'll come down some of that because this area right here we do have kind of filled in areas, so most likely we'll be having a drop will come down roughly into 42,700, which probably a little bit lower because our tip on the right side was slightly lower, so we're probably around 42.6 maybe. Then from here we will come back, do our head and shoulder, and I want to actually for you guys to actually see something here, because here's the bottom of our neckline, and then we going in and then doing our shoulder here, and because this area right here is our neckline area, and I do apologize, I'm doing this with a mouse. Nah, I have large monitors, but they're not touch monitors. So let's actually do some measurements. So from here to here, we'll have about 8%, 8.5% drop, which means now from here is how some like to measure out there, and an estimate that's how far of a drop we're going to have for the head, shoulder. Then we can actually go this much of a drop, because most of this we're going up. We actually took the stairs, just this area right here that we did not, but we are compensating with this area right here. So we're probably going to have quite a fast drop. Today is what, Wednesday morning. Um, so we will drop probably today during the New York session. We'll enter into our shoulder area. Shoulder area will last probably through New York session, so that gives us 2 days to build out a nice shoulder, which will build out based on here, and we are right here in a 4-hour chart. So let's grab a pen now, and we're going to draw a line here so we can have a measurement. So we'll build out, and let's do this. So we'll come back, build out a shoulder, somewhat like this, and Friday is the 13th. So as we come down, we'll come up, build a shoulder, and the shoulder probably not going to be because I'm trying to. And by the 13th end of New York session, we'll start dropping, and our drop probably going to look something like this. Actually, we do have another shoulder here, so all this considers to be ahead, and I do apologize. I kind of zoomed out a little too far, so I'll have to delete and redo all this. But I also want to actually go back and talk about some of the very nice outperformers. So kind of jump forward if you tired of watching this, but I need to redraw this. So I'm gonna be but you guys can go ahead and watch. So we're going back. So all this area right here is our head. Now, the measuring tool that I used turns out to be incorrect. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a pattern copy. And we're going to drag this pattern copy and kind of see how far we can actually come down. And we already see that we will come down below 28,000 roughly about. So let's draw this out. So let's zoom in. So I'm estimating we will come down to a small bounce, maybe not. And we'll come down to our shoulder area by end of this week, by probably by end of Friday New York session. As and I do apologize. It's just I have a mouse here. Have large monitors, but they do not have a keyboard. Then from here we will, and we probably might come down slightly even lower. From here we will come down, we'll bounce, create a shoulder, over the weekend, shoulder might come up as high as probably right here. And then we will take a ride, and who knows how far it goes. But this is possibly is what is out to come. Um, that's our head, that's our shoulder, and our founder. Now, last night I did came out to videos, and I don't know, they just disappeared from my account, and I don't understand why. Good morning, Q. Hi, Q. Um, yeah, but that's kind of about what is our predictions to follow on Bitcoin. I did come out with a video where, first of all, that we were most making a W. Then, as time proceeded, I realized that this is not a W. This is a head, upside down head, and two shoulders, left and right shoulder, which actually gave us that push up. Then there was not enough of strength, so we came down, and right now we can be rounding off and continue our ride down. Um, yeah, this picture does look a little weird, but as I can see, this thing kind of playing out something like this in this area. And then, having that drop. So what actually happened in our overnight? Dent, look look at Dent. Did a very nice climb, almost completed to its target destination. Might not have enough of energy, might actually finish off. It is in a hurry, time is running out to complete its run. Raven, um, completed here, very nice. Finishing off here, very nice cup and handle from my point of view. Um, man, did a very nice run. Didn't suspect that big of a run. Suspected a lot smaller, but it very definitely did. Be honest, I was in the trade, but right here when we had this that turnaround took me out with a little loss, and I never got back. I had actually hold on. Was it there or was it here? It was somewhere. Oh, don't remember. Now, Matic. Uh, will it go any higher? Not sure. It's possible target as high as here, but based on most targets that other coins did, it went past its target right here. That's its first target, and it's coming up to this target right here. There might be a possibility it might push one more time, but I wouldn't count on it because it did already quite a bit. Also need to buy back my XRP. Hey, at this point, IQ, be careful, because we are running out of Bitcoin, which we will be coming down. And I don't want you to get stuck in XRP in your last position. As I already mentioned with the Bitcoin. And let me actually get to XRP, but let me first go through some of the biggest performers. The Origin Protocol, it has a little bit more left to pump. T-Fuel is a weird one, but T-Fuel needs to get to 40 cents. SHIB, um, it might come up to here, but as far as I can tell, it already did what it needs to do. Vito, um, Vito it did what it's supposed to do based on here, but we also have this big candle, which most likely it will not go that far. But who knows, it might break out for that short second. Now, Phantom has a little bit left to go. And we kind of, went through the most before. Let me find the XRP for you. XRP. I know it traveled up a little this night. Actually, it jumped around from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and then from 2:30, and since then it kind of came back to where it was last night at midnight. Uh, I'll be honest, XRP needs to pump to about the 92.6. So if you want to get in and just take that short run, but but you need to look at your fees. Is your fees allowing you to do so? It's not going to kill you, but you also need to watch. It's only about 2.5% or so, 2.7%. So I want to be careful and watch so you don't get caught with a surprise. Now remember, Bitcoin, as I've driven it out here, I'm estimating about 4 to 8 hours before it starts coming down. And when it starts coming down, XRP will come down with it. Now, when we come down to the shoulder area, yeah, I I trade with the Binance futures. So fees for me is on $10,000 entry. Round trip is only $8. So sounds like your fees would be about on a 10,000 round trip would be about $40. So yeah, you have quite an expensive fees there. So what I would actually do is wait until we come down to this shoulder, which we probably will be at the bottom. Wait a minute, right here, because it doesn't show up on the 15. So when we get down to this bottom of the shoulder, I would get in, and then right now in the shoulder area, you will have an opportunity on XRP, but just wait until it bottoms out because Bitcoin may bottom out faster than XRP will. So give a couple hours when the Bitcoin bottoms out to make sure that the XRP has bottomed out, and then you can have roughly between 10 or so percent, maybe even as high as maybe even 15%. That's just on Bitcoin that I'm measuring. Let's look at the XRP because XRP is supposed to have the head and shoulder as well. XRP. So pretty much what we're going to do, we will be coming down by the end of this weekend. We should be here at the bottom, and then you will have somewhat about 10% pump on XRP. So this is where you can take advantage on that right shoulder, but want to wait until it bottoms out, and then you can actually get in and take advantage of that right shoulder. But be careful, and as you trade that right shoulder, uh, that you don't get caught, because it will be coming down heavy. You might have a slower come down in this area, but as soon as we can get to this area and the rest of this to here, by the end of this week, we will be coming down fast. And when we do come down fast, we will have I don't know. Personally, I think the weekend is Saturday and Sunday is going to be our shoulder day, and then by Monday, Tuesday, that's when we're going to tumble down to the bottom of past 50 cents, under 50 cents. So definitely on XRP, be prepared for some kind of like that scenario. Um, that's what the Bitcoin shows. Bitcoin shows we have uh, started rounding off our head. We will be coming out and hitting the bottom by the end of this week. By end of New York session on Friday, that's my estimate. And then taking the weekend to build out the right shoulder. And then between Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, when we'll start dropping to the bottom. So yeah, IQ, definitely look at that. Keep in mind that everything can change, but so far that's exactly what it looks like. Um, can somebody send it in a chat if you guys are interested for me to look if there's any coins that might pump in the next 2-3 hours? Possibility of a pump. I personally believe you probably pumped everything that could pump. There's a few coins that might want to be finishing up, you know, an extra 0.5%, 0.25%. But overall, I think uh, everything else that's going to pump most likely will pump during the right shoulder that has failed to pump during the head area. So I'm not sure there'll be much for me to update unless I see something changes through the day. So blessings to every single one of you. Be smart. And right now, if you're considering being in a trade, it should be a short trade, should not be a long trade, which means it's a trade that actually will be going down and you can make money. But again, with short trades, as I made the video about a week ago or so, very highly risky, and they can liquidate you in case something goes wrong. So be very careful with short trades. And blessings to every single one of you. And talk to you guys either tomorrow morning or whenever I see it need to be update made. Blessings to all.